Everyone loves a big bench press, but many people don't bench properly and are stuck flailing around on their backs using a minuscule amount of weight. Today, we change that and give you 5 technical cues to master for a big bench that doesn't wreck your shoulders. When setting up for the bench press, we want to retract our shoulder blades. Think about pulling your shoulder blades down and tucking them into your back pocket. Practice this until you have full control over this movement and can get your back muscles nice and tight. You should feel locked into place. From here, we want to get high up on our traps, forming a solid, although not exaggerated, arch in your lower back. Just make sure to keep your butt on the bench at all times. To set up, I like to get up on my head, retract, and then drive my traps into the bench. Grab the bar as you set up, as it gives you something to create tension against that helps you get into position. Keeping this arch and our shoulder blades retracted puts our shoulders in the best position to stay healthy. When the muscles in the upper back are loose, our shoulders are going to move around with more freedom, and that's not good if there's going to be a lot of weight in our hands and our shoulders are pinned to the bench. The positioning of your hands will vary, but for most people, a great place to start is with your thumbs where the rough meets the smooth. If you are smaller than average, especially females or children, you may want to move a little closer. Very large people, especially with wide shoulders or very long arms, are probably going to want to move a little wider. This is a small detail, so start somewhere reasonable, get good at the movement, and then you can experiment with some finer details. We want to keep the wrist stiff with a firm grip on the bar. The wrist will be slightly bent, but the bar needs to be resting over the meaty part of the thumb. Do not let the bar roll back into the hands so you are pressing from your fingers. Think about punching the ceiling to drive your knuckles up. Just don't turn the wrist forward or the bar will come out of your hands with any real weight. Lower the bar under control to a spot right around your nipple line. Again, there is no perfect spot to touch. Find somewhere that feels stable and strong. Then get good at hitting that spot every time. Keep the elbows at about 45 degrees as you lower and press up. We don't want to excessively tuck them in or flare them out. If you keep your shoulder blades retracted and the upper back muscles tight, it does become pretty hard to flare the elbows out, so focus on that. Lightly touch your chest or pause if you compete in powerlifting and drive the bar up and a little back. I like to finish with the bar around my chin. Make sure you are far enough away that you don't hit the J-hooks. Pushing it straight up is fine too, as long as you don't push it forward or excessively far back. Find a bar path that feels good and allows you to keep the wrist, shoulders, and elbows in good position. To maximize the weight, having proper leg drive is a must. We want the muscles in our lower body to have some tension in them, especially as we drive the bar off our chest. Push your feet into the ground to push you slightly back. You should never be flailing around with the feet not firmly planted. We also do not want the butt to leave the bench. Arching your back is perfectly fine if you have the shoulders and butt anchored to the bench. If the butt leaves, you transfer a ton of stress to the lower back while giving you no extra benefit to the muscles of your chest, triceps, and shoulders. Breathing is also crucial to the bench press, especially when doing a set with multiple reps. Find a good rhythm. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing here, but get yourself in a rhythm that doesn't have you doing 3 reps in a row with your breath held and then gasping for air. We also do not want to be inhaling as we push off the chest. I prefer to get a good breath at the top and hold it the whole rep, but some people are going to like to breathe in on the way down too. As long as you are tight and braced and ready to go when you need to push up, you will be fine. We will release a full video soon on how to spot the bench press, but using a spotter not only helps you not get crushed, but keep the positioning we discussed. It is hard to keep your shoulders retracted and traps down when you have to do all the lifting of the bar out of the rack yourself. It also makes it harder to get far enough away from the J-hooks so that you can press up and back without hitting them. If you want to get strong, master these tips and develop great technique. The bench press, when done incorrectly for a longer period of time, can wreak havoc on your shoulders, but done correctly and with reasonable programming can help bulletproof your shoulders and give you a respectable answer to the question, how much do you bench? If you have any future video topics that you want covered, please leave a comment, please like the video, and subscribe to the Immortal Power channel for great technique tips, programming advice, and general performance improvement.